Hello, boys and girls. This is Mr. Rafael from the Boys and Girls Club of Hartford at Southwest. In today's video, we'll be going over Workshop 7 of Lyricism 101, If I Ruled the World by Nas. Objective: Youth will explore the politics of hip-hop as well as their ability to make changes in their communities and world. So for today's warm-up, we have a song by Tupac called Changes. So you can go ahead and read this by yourself, sort of maybe look at the different sorts of rhymes he used, what ideas he's trying to convey here, and this will be a part of and another one changes activity that you'll see later in the video. So on screen now, you're able to see the 4-bar bounce cipher activity. So please review the how to count and write 16 bars in rap or how to write first 16 bar verse for beginners. Either of those videos can be found and are linked inside the description of this video. These are videos that different YouTube creators have made about how to count and write 16 bars in rap because it is difficult to cover, and I think that they do a much better job at covering it. So try and watch either one of the videos or both of them, and then next try to produce a 4-bar freestyle to the rap instrumental in the description of this video. So you can find a rap instrumental in the description of this video and then try and count the bars in that rap instrumental and then create a 4-bar freestyle. So you can either write this freestyle down on a piece of paper or rap it out loud to yourself. So you're going to want to try to count the beats, like I said, in the instrumental, and then think of the words you want to put into your verse. We also have at the end here an example of what counting bars looks like, and this will be gone over in the YouTube videos as well. So you start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and that would be 1 bar. Then we have 2, 2, 3, 4. That would be the next bar. 3, 2, 3, 4. Third bar. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. So basically it would keep going 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4. And essentially when you're counting bars, the only thing that is changing is the first number, right? We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's sort of holding the place for which bar number we're on. And the 2, 3, 4 is counting the length of the bar, okay? So now we are looking at the and another one changes activity. So next we'll be working on the another one changes handout. By using your rap skills to write raps that begin with the word change, which is similar to that first warm-up that we saw from Tupac's song Changes, we are going to envision that we would be rapping to the President of the United States, that what we would be writing on this handout activity would be read to the President. So we're maybe going to want to think of lines like, what bothers you in the world we're living in, what upsets you, what makes you feel sad, or what is it that you want to see changed, right? Maybe what do you think the current government can do better or different, or what are some pressing issues in today's world? So try and think about those different things when you come up with your lines that you write for this activity. So on screen now, you're able to see and another one changes. This handout will be available in the description of this video. Like I explained before, in this activity, you will be using the first word change for each line and then creating different lines about, what sort of change you want to see in society, what sort of change you want to see in your communities, what change do you want to maybe see in your own life, right, with what makes you happy or what makes you sad. And try to keep in mind that this activity is as if we were going to be presenting to the President of the United States, right? So try to think of maybe things that might be like hot topics that could maybe influence change because of what you're trying to say, the messages you're trying to convey, what needs to be have a light shined on it, really, is what we're trying to get at here. Now we'll be looking at the If I Ruled the World activity. So I want you guys to go ahead and read If I Ruled the World handout, which you can find in the description of this video. and then look at If I Ruled the World writing handout, which is where we will be actually writing down our own 16 bar raps. So in the description of this video, you'll also find an instrumental for If I Ruled the World by Nas. So the instrumental will be like the background beat to the song with no lyrics to give you a bit of an understanding on how you could rap on this beat. Also, it will allow you to count the bars and incorporate that to your rap. So on screen now, you should be able to see If I Ruled the World handout, which you can find in the description of this video. So you're going to go ahead and read this handout, and then you will move on to the handout called If I Ruled the World writing handout. And in that handout, you will actually be writing your own verses for a 16 bar verse. And the whole point of reading this before you go ahead and start writing your own is so that you can get an idea of what If I Ruled the World by Nas is about. And it's really about, if you were the person who ruled the world, what type of world would you make it be? And so keep that in mind while you're writing your own bars, and try to incorporate maybe things like If I Ruled the World into your own writing. Also, like I said before, you're going to want to maybe try and listen to the instrumental for If I Rule the World so that you can count the bars and then be able to actually know how long your writing should be. So now on screen, you are able to see the If I Ruled the World writing handout, and you can also find this in the description of this video. So you will be thinking about the different, things here that we have listed, like your family, your club, your community, your state, your country, the environment, the world, when you're trying to write this rap. And you're going to want to make sure it's 16 bars, right? So if we're counting the bars, right, like you can refer back to the videos that I've included in the description as well about how to count bars. You're going to want to go to the instrumental. You're going to want to count the bars, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, and figure out where and how fast you're counting the bars, right? That you can fit in the lyrics that you want to rap. And while you're considering that, you're also going to want to try and think about, what does he want to rap about, right? And think about what Nas wrote about and what If I Ruled the World even means. Right. And again, it's about, if you were the person that ruled the world, what type of world would you want it to be? How would you want the world to look? How would you want people to treat each other? What would your family look like? What would your community look like? So think about those things as you go ahead and do this activity. I'd like to thank you for joining me in this video. Please make sure you look in the description for the resources that I've included, as they are very important for this video. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.